It's lights out and away we go. Verstappen gets an excellent reaction. Hamilton, though, is ahead of Perez, but not for long.
It's time to go racing in 2021 here at Barber Motorsports Park.
Green.
Good clean start. Rossi is pressuring Pato O'Ward and then Alex Palou.
Rossi is very eager to get by in the first turn. We have a car off in the grass, but he collects it.
Green is VK.
Hello, Formula One and IndyCar fans. Welcome to Formula Pun Racer. Wasn't last weekend at San Marino and Barber Park amazing or what? I know it was for me, but the first order of business is the following. Next year, Formula One is decided to go racing in Miami.
Yeah!
Sorry, I stepped on a nail.
Ouchies. As for this race that's taking place in Miami, the circuit is going to race around the Hard Rock Stadium, which houses the Miami Dolphins. With any luck, this race will be a touchdown for both the fans and the Dolphins in general. It's a 10-year race deal. It wasn't easy to get everyone to agree with, and I'm sure there's still some locals who are not happy with the idea. But we'll see how it pans out. The exact date is yet to be scheduled, but it's generally supposed to take place in the summer of 2022. And with all the excitement going on, I hope Horatio Kane, aka David Caruso, shows up too. Highly unlikely, but not impossible, but just in time to coincide with the 20th anniversary of CSI Miami's premiere on CBS. Although I doubt the race will be televised on CBS as well, but you never know. And to get back to the racing action that occurred last weekend in San Marino and Barber Park, we'll start with San Marino. Lewis Hamilton started on pole, with Sergio Checo Perez starting second and Max Verstappen third, and Charles Leclerc Ferrari fourth. The race was kind of wet with some rain here or there. In fact, the first lap wasn't a good start for Lewis Hamilton. In fact, thanks to a tangle with Max Verstappen, for the rest of the race, I guess you could say he had to wing it. In other words, because of Hamilton's tangle with Verstappen, a part of his wing end plate broke off, which affected his aerodynamic performance. But later on, about halfway through the race, he would end up in the barrier with a little more wing damage, but he would continue on to finish second. But the bigger smash occurred in the race between Mercedes' Valtteri Bottas and Williams Mercedes driver George Russell, and neither one was happy with the other about the accident. In fact, you could say this is how they were probably feeling at the time. In the end, it was George who had to rustle up an apology to Valtteri Bottas Mercedes and his own team for the accident. Man, I wish I had his looks. By the way, Lelouch v Britannia, if you're watching this, you'll be glad to know that Japan was victorious in both San Marino and Barber Park this past weekend. In other words, Red Bull Honda came out on top, with the Flying Dutchman, Max Verstappen, taking the win, with Lewis Hamilton second, Lando Norris of McLaren third, Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz of Ferrari, respectively, fourth and fifth. Aston Martin's Lance Stroll finished eighth, the best finish for Aston Martin so far. As for Sebastian Vettel, unfortunately, his Aston Martin finished in the same spot he did in Bahrain, 15th. Hopefully, Aston Martin can get their act together soon enough, or at least focus on the 2022 car, which will be a vast difference in aerodynamics, well, for all the teams in next year. And hopefully, with any luck, it'll look a lot better on the track as well. No more of those obnoxious, flimsy-looking T-wings, to say the least, and better-looking nose cones, too. But that's just my opinion. In any case, I say to Verstappen for taking it to the max, get felicitated! And to celebrate, I got a brownie to munch on for it. Chocolate. Nothing's good for the soul than a chocolate brownie with no nuts in it. And you thought this was a hash brownie, didn't you? Nope, I do it on the spirit of the Dutch. Once again, gefeliciteerd, Max. Good luck in the upcoming rounds that await you in Portugal 2 weeks from now. Hamilton still leads the Drivers' Championship, and Mercedes still leads the Constructors. The other teams, from Red Bull, Racing Point, aka Aston Martin, Ferrari, and so on, have a lot of ground to make up if they have a chance at the Constructors' title. Now on to Barber Park, and I gotta say, the first lap, a few corners in, and it was quite messy with Penske's Joseph Newgarden getting loose on the grass, and in a way, the aero screen has paid dividends again, especially for Ryan Hunter-Reay shown here.
Yikes!
That was close.
Yeah, apparently Ryan Hunter-Reay's onboard camera was not televised, so that's all I could get in terms of a picture of how well that aero screen served its purpose in keeping Ryan Hunter-Reay safe. Because if it weren't for that aero screen, the results of what happened to Ryan Hunter-Reay there would have been much worse, if not fatal. So, I applaud the aero screen for doing its job in keeping Ryan Hunter-Reay safe. Because that right front tire from Joseph Newgarden, whew, that could have been really, really bad if that weren't there. Keeping it safe, so, like, Ryan Hunter-Reay probably felt nothing. Maybe the jolt, but, like, his head probably felt nothing. Safe and sound. And to think this is how the accident started.
And threads his way through that like it's a Talladega.
So as you just saw in that replay there, Newgarden gets loose and gets clobbered by Colton Herta and Ryan Hunter-Reay, and collects Rinus VeeKay and Felix Rosenqvist in the process. And despite all the damage these cars took, only Ryan Hunter-Reay and Joseph Newgarden were the one out of the picture, while the other cars managed to limp their way back to the pits after some repairs, even though they were out of contention to continue with the race. But most importantly is what would happen later on. Jimmy Johnson managed to get through this, although he finished 19th in a few laps down, which was rather disappointing.
Where's Marcus?
Marcus Ericsson? Ah, yes. If you like that running gag, let me know. If you want me to stop that, just let me know and I'll stop that too. But as long as there's someone named Marcus in IndyCar racing or F1, expect me to use that all the time. For those who are interested, Marcus Ericsson finished 8th in the race. Now, Patricio Ward may have started on pole in the race for the Mexican, and, well, you could say that this is only his second IndyCar career pole, his biggest award yet. As for the French former flying F1 croissant they call Romain Grosjean, in his debut outing in IndyCars with Dale Coyne Racing, he started 7th and finished 10th. Seems respectable a finish. I'm sure, Romain, you can do better in the future, and I know you will. Good luck, monsieur. As for Patricio Ward, well, he may have given the other teams quite a headache with his driving performance in the race. Unfortunately, Ward's pit strategy didn't pay off in his favor, and as a result, because of the almighty Ganassi and Penske powers, he ended up finishing 4th. So who finished on the podium? Well, Scott Dixon in the PNC Bank Ganassi Honda finished 3rd. Will Power came so close to winning, but was held off by Alex Palou of Chip Ganassi for his first IndyCar win. His first in Chip Ganassi Racing, so that makes him the 3rd driver in Ganassi Racing history to win on their debut race. The first was Michael Andretti in 1994 at Surfers Paradise in Australia. The second time was Dan Weldon on Homestead 2006 in Florida. So, isn't that amazing? And as for Alex Palou, he is the first Spaniard since Oriol Servia to win an IndyCar race. Oriol won his one and only IndyCar race at Montreal in 2005 for Newman Haas Racing as he substituted for an injured Bruno Junqueira of Brazil, who got injured when he crashed out of the 2005 Indianapolis 500. I was at that race, in fact. I was sitting in the South Chute when it happened. I saw with my own eyes. I saw him tangle with AJ Foyt going into turn 2, and Foyt was limped back, but Bruno Junqueira went smack into the wall. Ooh. Something tells me, though, that if the aero screen was about then, I don't think that would have made a difference in that manner. But, hey, at least he would eventually bounce back. So this opens the door for another Spaniard in IndyCar racing to say, hey, I'm a winner of an IndyCar race. I wish you luck in the future, Alex Palou. How you managed to hold off Will Power is amazing. considering he had more pushes to pass than you did. Well, it was just good luck, and the fact that you were probably drafting behind Connor Daly, who was close to becoming a backmarker, played a part in it all. Well, there you have it for the IndyCars. I wish you luck, Alex Palou, in the future. It tells me one thing. With you driving for Ganassi Racing, you're a real chip off the old block. In conclusion, prepare to tune in this Saturday and Sunday on CBS Sports Network for the Formula E rounds and the Valencia course in Spain, and high noon Sunday on NBC for the St. Pete GP for the IndyCars. So what am I going to do? Grab myself a St. Petersburger for the job. I will say, compliments of Wimpy's Original in Media, Pennsylvania. If you come to Media, try out Wimpy's Originals. They got the best burgers in town, and if anyone asks, tell them Formula Pun Racer recommended it to you. Hello, Wimpy's Original. Hope you like this video, and your burgers rock as always. Once again, if you like my videos, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm Aaron Cylinder, firing on all cylinders.